Oh, welcome to Vanderbilly.com. This is in response to a request from my friend Dono for Used to Be by Rory Gallagher. It's from his Deuce album, 1971. It's a great rock and roll number. Standard tuning, so let's get started. Okay, I've turned the gain down on this so it's a little bit easier to hear. The main riff is an A chord riff. You're going to make an A chord by barring at the second fret, and you're going to play everything with your pinky and your ring finger. All right, so you start off with the open A string and the D string at the 5th fret. Then you're going to play. That's the D at the 5th, and also all against the open A. D at the 4th, pulled off, and then hammer on to the A string 5th, and then back to the D string 4th. So. And then the last part of it, you start on the D string 4th fret. You play that twice, again against the A, the open A, and play A chord. Again, you're hammering on to that A 5th, and then open A. So slowly the whole thing is. And then he plays, go over to the E string, bend that G note on the 3rd fret, and play. And then back into. And you want to get that kind of going behind this thing, so it's. Alright, that's probably the tricky part to master that. Obviously, you got your hand resting on the strings to kind of mute that. So he's got this, and then plays the riff again. And then he takes the G string 4th fret and just bends it up a whole step. And then he moves to an A7 chord at the 5th fret. You play the full A7, so you put your pinky on that on the B string 8th fret, and you're going to sort of staccato sweep down and keep the beat going. So you're just playing. And sometimes he even takes that pinky and puts it on the E string 5th, 8th fret and gets. Then you're moving down to a D chord, and you're going through a D sus4 cycle. So you're going to start with the D, and you're going to play D sus2. So. And then you're back to the A chord. And then he plays a little lick where he picks up, first he picks up the, and this is all off the A chord, he picks up the G string and plays, and then he's doing a hammer-on. You can either use your, if you got big enough fingers or big enough stretch, you can use your ring finger or more likely your pinky, and you're going to play the D string 2nd fret, which is, the A, and you're going to hammer on to the D string 5th fret, and then play the G string 2nd fret. So that's all right. Then he goes into an E chord or an E7, and you can play the full E, and then put your pinky on the B string 3rd fret and sort of build up to it. It's like sort of like a Townsend kind of. And then he's back to that D sus4 sus2 thing where he's. And then again that that hammer-on thing. All right. When he goes into the bridge, which is the only other part of the song really that you need to learn, the bridge starts off with a D chord at the 5th fret, and the beat is like, or the rhythm is like this. Then to an A chord, and then he goes only that one hit, and then he goes to a A minor 7, which is just the E string at the 5th fret, and then all the other strings except the A, which you're not playing, you're muting, barred at the 5th. So you can either play that like this, or you can play it with your thumb and play it like this, which to me is easier to grab. Once you're here, you just go. But you could easily go, if you want. So that part goes, and then D again, and back to the A. So that whole section is. And then you start it again with the D. But instead of going to the A, you just go to an E at the 7th fret. And then I think in the song he actually goes back to, which is that's where he's singing the verse.